to another update on my layout, Blackwood N-Gauge layout. I put a video up a couple of weeks ago and that was just a running session just to show the completed tracks through the station. Since then I have been doing a lot of track painting, which is time consuming. I've been platform building, and I'm in the process of building the new Blackwood station building itself, which you'll know from one of the earlier videos I did. I had stated that it wouldn't be at ground level, it would be sitting above the tracks. So without further ado, let's go and have a look and see what the progress is so far on the rebuild of Blackwood Station. Since the last time I gave you an actual verbal update, which would be probably 3 to 4 weeks ago, I've been spending that time painting the track, which I do by hand. I've been, as I said in the introduction, building the second platform for this area in here, and obviously I've been working on building the actual station building itself. So first of all, the track painting. There are 6 through tracks to be painted. I've painted 4 of the 6 tracks right the way through between the 2 points where the track was being renewed. The 2 tracks that are still left to be done are these 2 here, which are the outside tracks. One thing I would say is this is the first time that I've had a chance at hand painting concrete track, and I will say that the concrete track is much more difficult to hand paint than the wooden slippered track. The wooden slippered track, if I come back a little bit and pick up, I think best thing is to probably pick up the track here. You can see there the wooden slippered track. If I come right down, you can see it's been painted. Now I follow Pico's guidance for painting the track. So it's Humbrol Matte 98 for the wooden slippers. That's just to take away this plastic shiny look from them, and then the rail sides are done with Humbrol Matte number 13. Reasonably quick. Once you get used to painting, you can actually paint the track relatively quickly. Method that I use is I apply the Humbrol 98 obviously firstly to the actual slippers themselves. It doesn't matter if any of that goes onto the rail sides, it will blend in when you apply Humbrol number 13, which is the brown rusty colour. And some places it will give that actually quite a nice tone to the actual rail sides. For the concrete slippered track, it's the same principle. You still are using Humbrol number 13 for the rail sides, but for the actual slippers themselves, they recommend that you paint with Humbrol Matte number 28, which I did. And I then discovered that when I came to paint the actual rail sides, where the beigey coloured paint had gone to the rails, I ended up having to, in some places, paint the rail sides twice because the beige colour was still coming through underneath the brown. So it's taken me much longer to paint the actual concrete track than it did the wooden slipper track. The other thing which I did discover, because if I come along here, I did, or I have ballasted. I've started some of the ballasting, and I've actually ballasted. If I come round here, you can actually probably just pick it out. That's actually some of the concrete track that I've actually ballasted. In fact, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong line there. That's the concrete track that I've ballasted to date. And it's also had the final weathering on it, because while concrete sleepers, when they're brand spanking new, are more or less white, within a few months they lose that whiteness and they become a kind of dirty grey. So I've actually treated these sleepers here with some Phoenix Precision paints. I've actually a mixture of track colour weathered sleepers and brake dust. So it's actually dry brushed onto the top. Now, one of the things that I did discover was when I put the ballast in, that the webbing, which is obviously sits to the bottom of the actual rail, some places that webbing actually showed through. If the ballast wasn't right up to the bottom of the rail, you could still see the white webbing. That's not a problem on the wooden sleeper track because the webbing is obviously a dark coloured, so it's impossible to see. So again, I've had to, when you're painting the concrete track, when you're painting the rails, you've really got to make sure that the actual white webbing, which obviously in the flexible track is underneath the actual rail, that actually has to get touched up with a little bit of brown paint as well. So that's just a tip for you if you ever have to come to hand paint concrete track. That may well be why a lot of people use an airbrush to do it rather than hand paint. But that being said, you still, provided you're happy enough to take the time, you will still get a really good finish on it. Now, the second thing that I have been doing is I have been constructing the missing platform. So let me just now put the missing platform in. If you just bear with me, bear my... So, as you can see, the second platform has now been built. I should have said that the island platform, the last time you saw the island platform, I hadn't put on the white platform edging strips. As you can see, that's all been done, and it's obviously also been done on this other platform. Now, as I said in the video, the story behind the rebuild of the station is that the authorities have decided that instead of having two mainline platforms where these two outer lines are, that they would remove one platform altogether. That was the old platform 7, which used to sit right down here. I don't think you can pick it up there, just where that block of wood is. And they decided they would cut back on platform 6. So that's why this platform that I've built here, you'll see it doesn't go right the way across, it's been cut back. And you'll probably see there's a wee bit of the platform there just sitting there that's at full width, and you'll see the reason why that's at full width in a couple of minutes. But that's, as I say, that's the 3 platforms. If I zoom back out, that's the 3 platforms that are now going to make up the new Blackwood station. You'll also see there are 2 pieces of plywood, 2 wee rectangular pieces of plywood that have been attached to the baseboard, which obviously gives an indication as to where the new road bridge is going. So, and the road bridge, I should say, will also have the new station. So what I'll do is I'll now bring in the new station. And if by magic, there we have the new Blackwood station. As promised, it's no longer at road level. It's going to be sitting up, as you can see, on bridge level. So I will just come in and hopefully you can pick that up. So this is, at the moment, it's an amalgamation of 3 different kits. You can see obviously at the front is a Metcalfe covered footbridge. Now all that's happened to that bridge is, or rather that kit, it's been built. The only difference is the back of the footbridge hasn't been put on, it's just been left off. The main building is the Metcalfe mainline station kit. Now it's been modified. But essentially the kit comes with 3 buildings. You've got 2 end buildings and you've got a centre building. The 2 end buildings have been swapped around, so the building that should be on the left is on the right and vice versa. And the reason for that is because if you build the kit as it comes, there are doors that open out onto the platform, and obviously this kit doesn't have a platform because obviously it's raised up off the ground, so the doors would effectively open into the mid-air. So the doors that were going to be on the platform are now at street level, and if I come around, you should be able to see the front of the actual station. So there you are, you can see that door there. So as the kit comes, that door would have been on the platform side of the building. The other thing which has been done is the centre building in the kit sits probably halfway between the 2 outside buildings, but I've moved that centre building back, and I've removed half of the lower, not the lower floor, but half of the front facing part of the kit. I've removed that so that you've got a complete walkway out onto the actual footbridge to get down onto the platforms. So that's 2 of the kits. If I come back round here, you will see that obviously for engineering purposes the building can't just sit in mid-air. So as you can see, the building's actually built onto steel girders. Those steel girders are in actual fact the old footbridge from the old Blackwood station, which I recovered and I've reused. Now at the moment, if I come down there, you'll see the trusses that hold it up. There are another 2 trusses obviously to go at the back. They are currently drying, they've just been painted. As you can see, if I come down here, you'll see the reason why the platform wasn't cut back when the authorities came to cut it back. The old platform couldn't be cut back because part of the steel truss was actually resting on it, so that's why this very, very small section of platform was in actual fact left. There's still a lot of work to be done on the kit. I've still to go around and touch up all the white parts of the card. The barge boards underneath the eaves, I'm going to repaint them. They come in a very cream coloured, well, a creamy coloured laser cut part of the card kit, and I just don't like the creamy coloured of it. So I will repaint that into a colour of my own choosing. If I come back along this way, you can obviously see, if I probably come out a bit, you can see the road bridge. Now, as you can see, the track, or the last bit of track that's still to be laid, will obviously go underneath this road bridge. The one thing which I have measured, this road bridge is actually lower than the 2 road bridges, the one that you see up at that end there and this end here. So when I come to construct the town section which runs along the back here, I will obviously have to lower it slightly to accommodate this road bridge here. I can't really raise this road bridge any higher because I've already raised the steps on the footbridge. I've already put on the extra steps there to give some extra height, and I think the way the bridge is actually looking right now, I think it actually does look quite good. I think it looks, everything, it looks in proportion. And what I think I'll do is I'll just run a train through it just to let you see it. So that's the update so far. I don't like these updates going on too long. I know a lot of people, I'm not Everard Junction, I'm not Dave Class 47. I try to keep my updates as short as possible, but it's just to give you some idea of what you can do if you put your mind to it and construct or use these Metcalf kits, etc. There will be some Metcalf kits down on to the actual station platform. I have on order some of the island platform kits. Again, they'll probably be slightly modified in that part of the building, if I come round here, part of the building will probably actually sit underneath the actual road bridge. I also have the plate girder sides ordered for this side of the road bridge. So there's a lot of work still to be done on this actual building, but I think you'll agree it actually does look the business. I'm really pleased with what I've done. It has taken quite a number of days and nights to get the building, to sit and play about with it, and before I started gluing anything, to see what was going to be possible. I don't know whether or not the camera can pick up. I think if I actually look through there, yep. Now there's a really good shot there. You're looking right through the building and you can see there's the glass from the footbridge. So it's all, if you like, believable, it's all functional. I'm not going to put any lights into this building. There were no lights in the old building. I'm not going to have any lights in this building. There may be some street lights, and that's the reason why there may well be some buildings down at platform level, because the lighting columns and the wires can actually drop through the buildings and be hidden and then come out the baseboard on the other side. So a lot more work to do. As you can see, while most of the track painting's been done, I've obviously got to start ballasting, and again the ballasting will take a fair bit of time. But that's the progress so far. So I will catch you all soon. Thanks.